welcome to Health Talk. I'm Dr. Manny. After selling millions of albums and selling out arenas worldwide, Creed lead singer Scott Stapp was at the top of the music game. But in 2014, he had a drug and bipolar-induced breakdown. Now he's sharing his story of recovery and raising awareness on the mental illness that nearly took his life. Thank you so much for being here. My God, you're such a legend.
It's good to be here, Dr. Manny. Thanks for having me.
Listen, very brave. I always have, my family suffer from mental disease, and I know how hard it is to talk about it.
Yeah.
But how important it is more than ever in 2016 to bring awareness about, mental health issues. So let's start talking about, when was your bipolar disorder diagnosed?
It was just diagnosed in 2014.
Okay.
But in looking back and after learning about the illness and how it's now manifested, with my first ever manic psychosis,
okay.
It started in 1998 and was classified depression. But really that's when it hit me in my early 20s.
Right. So when we talk about bipolar disorder, basically you have periods of sadness,
yes.
depression,
yes.
and then you have periods of this manic phase of euphoria where,
right.
you think that you can eat the world in one bite.
Right.
What led you to go see a doctor or a mental health professional?
Well, I really went into a manic psychosis and
right.
had to be hospitalized because of it. And that began the journey. And then, specifically, my wife and my children, me realizing the serious nature of what had happened and knowing how important they meant to me.
According to your history, this bipolar disorder was a little mishandled in the past, right?
Yes, yes.
Because they thought that this is just, stress, and you were tired, or you were just depressed or something like that?
Just depression.
Right.
At one point in time, possible ADD, when medicated, just made situations worse. We later found out.
Right. So when I talked in the intro about a drug. You're talking about prescription medication that
yes.
was given to you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That kind of put you over the edge.
That put me over the edge. Yeah.
Right. The world of rock and roll, my friend.
Right.
It looks glamorous, but it has, I'm sure, a lot of stress.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of social stuff, the alcohol,
right.
the recreational drugs. How did you manage that life?
Well, I didn't manage it well early in my career, and there were a lot of negative consequences. But at this point in time, after accepting my diagnosis as bipolar, I made complete life changes
right.
in every area. My health and my mental health is my priority. So I changed my diet. Sleep.
Like what? Give me the diet.
High protein, no sugar.
Yeah, because it's not the Manny Alvarez diet.
Low carbs.
It ain't my diet.
Just eating my greens, eating
right. Eating healthy,
eating very healthy,
getting all those,
staying fit,
right?
Doing exercise daily, at least an hour of cardiovascular and strength training exercise, and then sleep. Sleep is critically important for anyone who's battling with any form
right.
of a mental health issue. Making those areas a priority, as well as my recovery program, because in the years of rock and roll lifestyle and also self-medication,
right.
I developed a dependency. And so that, in conjunction with the number one factor, I believe, that saved me and really turned the corner with me, was the love of my family and the support of my family.
Right.
Because had I not had that from my wife and my family, I don't think I could have gotten to the other side. So I think sometimes the families get left out of the equation, but when you have a loved one who's suffering, the family is critical to them getting well. And it definitely was for me.
And the ultimate treatments that you ended up with, different kinds of meds that have helped you tremendously.
Absolutely. Getting on the right medication regimen is important, and being consistent with it. A lot of times people with bipolar miss the hypomania or the mania.
Right.
And so they don't like what the medication does, because it finally brings them back down to earth, so to speak.
Was there anything hard that you said, oh, I'm giving this up, but I know it's bad for me, or just you let everything go? Was there anything that you kind of regret giving up?
There's nothing that I regret giving up. in hindsight. I needed to give up the alcohol.
Right.
I needed to give up the marijuana.
Right.
I needed to give up the cigarettes.
Right.
So everything that I gave up actually has led me to a healthier lifestyle and will give me a longer life. So that was the blessing of this.
Right.
Because having to make the changes for my mental health also has made me an entire healthy person all the way around.
Your creativity today, now that you have a new face in your life,
Right.
how's the creativity?
It's funny you ask. I'm right in the middle of making my first studio album since the diagnosis and since being in this new lifestyle,
Right.
and under balance,
Right.
you know, stabilized chemically. And I had a lot of trepidation and fear about how my creativity was going to be affected.
Right.
But I found that I'm more creative for extended periods of time, for longer periods of time.
You're able to carry the thoughts longer.
Right.
Right.
And so I'm really excited about the work that I'm working on now and what's to come. You know, I feel like I've got a new lease on life, so to speak.
Right. Tell me about the tours and how's that going?
It's going awesome, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can check out and find all my tour dates at scottstapp.com. I'll be at a city near you soon.
All right.
And I want to see you at the show.
I'm going to be at
in
the show.
Leather pants.
All right, you got it. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing the story. And it's a message to everybody out there that, you know, bipolar disorder and anything that you're going through, it can be
Yes.
fixed, and you know, it takes you to another level at the end of the day. Thank you so much for being here. God
Thank
bless.
you, doctor.
And if you have any health questions, tweet me at Dr. Manny on Fox. Until next time, I'm Dr. Manny.